Europa League predictions, final. Inter Milan versus Sevilla Football Club.
Hello everybody and welcome to the final of the Europa League. We had just finished watching the second,
It's the last two, Ian, get it correct.
Like, stop interrupting me so far into the video. Let me finish, man. So, we're down to the final two in the Europa League. Just finished watching the second of the semi-finals, which was a very one-sided affair after the heartbreak of the first semi-final that we saw. But we'll get to all of that. There's no need for timestamps because there is only one game we're going to talk about. As always, thank you to everybody that supports us on this channel. And if you even just watch any moment of any video, we love you so much. And without further ado, Thomas, let's lead in to this final.
Inter Milan Football Club hosting giants from Spain, Sevilla Football Club.
So a little bit like we did in our Champions League video that you can look at here, it's going to be a very much more conversational feel to this one, and we're going to hold off predictions until we've talked about both sides. I think we'll probably start with Inter Milan, and we'll get to how the Sevilla broke your heart the night before. And Inter just absolutely spanked Shakhtar Donetsk. It was an absolute... I thought it would be a much closer game than this. I think we both did. We expected a lot more from Shakhtar. I wouldn't say they froze on the night. I would say Inter just completely outplayed them. Completely from top to bottom. They were just so much better. Looked so much more assured. We talked about the experience that they've got on their side, and that sort of showed a little bit as well. But really, it's a Conte masterclass for me, Tom. It's really the way he set his team out. It looked like they weren't in any rush to finish the game early. They just looked like they were quite patient, quite controlled, and felt that they would get chances in the game and they would take them. And it's exactly what happened. In the end, they ran out easy winners, 5-0 in the end.
I think I really like to try and, like, when we get teams, especially like Italian teams, talk about like the tactics they use, etc. But more than anything else, Conte set his team out there with like a style of play and a formation, and it felt like they knew they'd win from like kickoff. Absolutely. And the second half, especially the second half, kicks off, and they're just like, there's no rush to get the second goal, but equally there's no panic to defend. It's like, right, this is the football we play. We play really organized. We're incredibly hard to break down. We don't like gegenpress. We don't go all the way to the front and constantly do that. But when you get near us, we'll hunt impact. We'll close you down. We'll beat you off the ball. And they countered through the middle really well. Like a couple of those goals and a couple of chances they had, it's just like it's 3-on-2 in the middle of the pitch. And they've gone from 0 to 60. It's one pass when they've stolen the ball and they're through.
Yeah, especially when they do go 2 up and Shakhtar have to really push them. It really felt like they were just slicing through them every single time. But you're exactly right. You summed that up really well. Exactly what I thought too. Is like they let Shakhtar have the ball. They let them play in the areas that aren't going to hurt Inter. And that's the thing. One of the things you can say, Shakhtar they did have a lot of possession in the first half, but completely overplayed. Never looked that threatening. They had one really good chance, which was when it was 1-0, and it fell to the right guy as well. It fell to Moraes. It was a header, but unfortunately headed it straight at the keeper. And then Inter did get the second goal, which I thought was a bit soft. Really,
it was actually really funny though, because I don't think the goalkeeper knew it was going to hit him. The goalkeeper kind of stood and just bounces off him, and the defender just panics. He's like, oh no!
Yeah, but first goal was obviously a mistake from Shakhtar playing out from the back, but it was a really good ball in, and from Barella, and Martinez scored the first of his 2 goals on the night. Second goal I thought was a bit soft, just an easy goal from a corner, wasn't it? And then
no marking. I mean, you shouldn't be that open and able to head across the goalkeeper like that. You shouldn't.
Then Martinez took advantage of another mistake and made it 3-0, but it was a good finish, and then it became a Lukaku show. I think that's like 33 or 34 goals now for the season.
Look, he's better there than in Manchester, right? He wouldn't be doing that in Manchester. He hates us. I don't know, a series of random insults in his direction. He's been great, though. He's been really great for them.
Yeah, but I mean, that just shows you that like he didn't really do much in the game until he came in late and scored 2 goals, but they were 2 really, really nicely taken goals, and it shows you what a dangerous side this Inter Milan side is. I have a feeling you're going to be backing them for the trophy. But before we get to any predictions, Tom, let's talk about pain and heartbreak.
Stop trying to bait me, Ian. It's not fair. So Sevilla beat Man United. Obviously, everyone knows this. It was 2-1. Suso gets the first goal for them. It's an equalizer. Man United have gone 1-0 up on a penalty. It probably is a penalty, but it's one of those ones that only because of VAR these days do I feel like we see them given, where a tackle after a shot lent what?
Man United get that penalty because they always have to get their obligatory penalty.
God, get over it. Anyway, so
here's how many penalties you've had this season.
We can't have... Bruno Fernandes is a saint, and we have the fastest attack in Britain. We can't help it.
You don't get any penalties next season, he's not going to score any goals.
Terrible lie. Get out. But stop baiting me. This isn't the Man United show. We're trying to talk about Sevilla. I'm trying to give them some...
Sorry, I thought we were having a mass debate.
So Suso sweeps in an effort to make it 1-0, and then the winner comes from Luke de Jong. And Sevilla are not value for money in this game, and I'm not going to do what we did yesterday where we talk about how we underrated PSG and we underrated these other teams. I don't think we underrated this Sevilla side. We gave them the exact amount of respect they deserved, and they did exactly what you would expect. Bono had a great game. How Jesus Navas has become a right back, I don't know, but he did a pretty even job. They've got Banega in there. They've got Luke de Jong coming off the bench. Ocampos on the left, kind of wing attacking striker. And they ride their luck. This Sevilla side rode their luck, and Man United couldn't get the ball past them. And Sevilla, especially in the second half, if you're not going to score against them, they are going to score against you eventually. If Man United had put 2 or 3 goals past them, I personally didn't see Sevilla scoring. But when they weren't being scored against, you saw Sevilla grow into the game, and it's a peach of a cross and just the easiest finish on earth. We can talk all day about maybe Harry Maguire or maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka should have marked him. But we're not talking about Man United, we're talking about Sevilla. And the ball was a peach, it's right to him, he puts it away, and from that moment onward, you just felt Sevilla would win. They closed up shop really well. I don't think there was another really clear-cut chance in the match. And for the 15 to 20 minutes before Sevilla scored the winning goal, Man United were in complete control and cutting him open. And this is where I come to my conversation about the final. This is where I go, I don't think Inter are that sort of side like Man United. I think Inter in this competition are a bit like Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They have been ruthless in front of goal. They've just banged 5 past Shakhtar. And I worry for Sevilla in this. I do.
Thomas Pickard. This Sevilla side is, after putting Man United away in pretty convincing fashion, this is a 20 games unbeaten for Sevilla now in all competitions.
They're Lyon.
Constantly underestimate them all the time. We thought they'd lose to Roma. We thought they'd go out to Man United, and they keep winning. They're a really, really good side. They're technically excellent.
So let me ask you, Ian, because we're at this point now. What's your prediction?
I wanted to talk for another 5 minutes about Sevilla, but as you're like cutting me short, I'm going to say I am backing Sevilla to win the trophy. I'm backing Sevilla to win by 2-1. I'm sick of sitting on the outside of Sevilla and looking at them celebrating and thinking, why did I not back them? They always win this tournament. They always win when they get this far. It's another victory for Sevilla for me. 2-1.
I think Inter are going to win this. I think Inter are going to win 3-0. I think Antonio Conte would die on the inside if he loses this match. We may see, if he loses, he may literally sacrifice himself on the side of the pitch. To be a self-immolation job.
Just quickly before we hand over, I'm just going to say, Man United could really do with Sancho, couldn't they?
Oh my God, get out! No one wants to talk to you! Right, it's time for me to thank those of you that watched, subscribed, and continue to follow us on this. Just a shout out to all our comments. Daniel Zaslavchik talks about Tete and Manor Solomon and how good they are for Shakhtar and how we need to back Shakhtar more. Unfortunately, mate, and I do respect your views and I really respect Shakhtar, they have just been blown out of the water. So doesn't really matter. Christopher Smith says I should have done an Empire Strikes Back review. Christopher Smith, you should stop writing on our wall. Alexandra Allen, you had an Inter 3-1 win, the Sevilla 1-0 win. Well done. You picked the 2 finalists. Jack Watson had a United win and a Shakhtar win, so he's lost both of those. Sam Boots said Martial was immense versus Copenhagen, and the Copenhagen keeper was insane. And unfortunately, the Sevilla keeper, Bono, was insane and deserves a lot of credit.
What?
So
He was insane, but Man United just seemed to run into him.
Yeah, I mean... You are like, you're doing it on purpose. I know you are, but like I'm biting for half a second every
I've got
time.
a lot of pent-up playoff rage from Oxford Wycombe still hungover. I've been waiting for this.
I didn't bait you at all in that. I was so nice to you.
But I'm still bitter, and I've been waiting for this.
Tom Cheeseman said Man United to win it in a very unconvincing fashion, and Shakhtar to do a mad run on Inter. So yeah, you, like most of us, were wrong. Caleb Johnson said he agrees about Man United. Tough. Ollie Hambling had a 1-0 United win and a 3-2 Inter win, so he got 1 or 2 right. Well done, mate. He face-palmed his Man United prediction after that, though, so good boy, Ollie Hambling. Somebody earlier predicted a Basel win in a previous round, and Ollie Hambling also has said that was a shocking prediction. I can only agree with him. Robert Allen, you absolute bloody savant. Robert Allen, Man United 1, Fernandez penalty versus Sevilla 2. Well bloody done. You picked the goal scorer. You picked the method of scoring.
Don't give him
Unfortunately, Robert Allen, you've also picked a 2-1 victory for Shakhtar. So, you win some, you lose some. Tony Yala wrote on that. Thank you a lot. Thank you for joining in on all this. Yeah, really great, all you guys. Mate Allen said Inter Milan to win in the final, which would be Sevilla versus Inter Milan. So well done, mate. You picked the finals. TS7 Spider said that's going to be the final. He agreed. David Cargill said don't underestimate Man United. Tough. Tony Yala also had a Sevilla 2-1 win, but he also had Shakhtar being in the final. So, yeah. Sivo 3991 had Sevilla losing 2-1 to Man United. Tough, but he also had Inter beating Shakhtar 3-1, and he said that Man United would win the trophy, so he's definitely wrong, unfortunately. Tyrone Knight says if it does go to penalties, Handanovic is a monster and Inter will win. And last but not least, Basilis Darvoudis said that he's seen all the Shakhtar games, and 3-1 Inter haven't watched a minute of Shakhtar. They don't know what they're talking about, but they could win, and it's going to be a hard game for Inter. And as much as we respect that, Basilis Darvoudis, and we said the same thing, we were all wrong. Everyone was wrong.
But he isn't wrong, is he? Because we don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, no, that's 100% accurate.
Good stuff. Anyway, Thomas, is that concluded everything?
Yes, I need to go cook dinner.
Good stuff. I know you need to go cook dinner, but thank you for everybody again just for liking and commenting and subscribing. If you are going to watch this video, I don't know if we're going to get up in time, but if we are going to watch this video on the 18th of August, that is my birthday, so I will take thank yous and regards and happy birthdays down in the comments aplenty, and I expect gifts coming, showering in to Lincoln. And also, probably more excitingly, we might be doing a live stream for the Champions League final. Be like a watch along, like what we did for the playoff final between Oxford and Wycombe. So we will release more information on that nearer the date if we're actually going to do it. But if you did want to watch it with us, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would. And please join us. And we're 99% sure it will happen. I just have to fix our mic issue. Anyway, I'm now going to finish this because you don't get the last word. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. And we will see you in the final.